Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bhavya Astro. Today, again, we would be doing a very important topic because recently I've been getting a lot of calls in regards to a blue sapphire, as in who should wear a blue sapphire and how many carats should it be, when should it be worn, whether it would be giving you benefic results or else malefic results. There's a lot of fear with blue sapphire when it comes to wearing it, and if somebody wears it for no reason, there is a lot of risk which comes along with it. I'm doing this video specifically so that you can understand a very important thing, as in when you should wear it and whether you need to wear it or you don't require to wear it. For all those who are new to the channel, do subscribe and share it with friends and family so that they would also have an understanding about the subject, so that if they have any issues, any doubts, they can get in touch with me personally. Now, talking about a blue sapphire, people who have a well-placed Saturn, a Saturn that's placed well in dignity, not in malefic houses, not in the Shtana houses. Yes, if that house is getting connected with the 11th house, it's great. If Saturn is debilitated, what we call in Hindi is Neech ka planet. If it is debilitated, then is when you are asked not to wear it. If it is creating a conjunction with an enemical planet or else a planet which is not to be its friend, then is when you should not wear it. Now, how would you know when you need to wear a blue sapphire? I do it for every gemstone. I'm doing it especially for this because this is a gemstone which needs a little bit of care before you wear it. Energizing it, programming it for a specific reason is a very different thing. The first thing is whether you should wear it or not. For blue sapphire, it is extremely important to know the houses which Saturn is governing. For example, say that you're running on a dasha of Saturn. Now, say if your Saturn is placed somewhere in the 10th house, if your Saturn is placed in the 10th house, and it is the lord of any of the bad houses, say for example, it is the lord of your 8th house. If it is your lord of the 8th house, so it's the lord of your 7th house as well as your 8th house, or else 8th house and 9th house, because 10 and 11 are the Rashis for Saturn, that's Capricorn and Aquarius. So say it's the Lord, or when we say Lord, it's the Rashi which is coming in that specific house. So in the 7th house, if you have the 10 number coming, and in the 8th house, if you have the 11th number coming, we're doing that zodiac, right? Correct? So if you have the 10 number coming in the sign of, if you've got 10 number coming in the 8th house or the 7th house, and the 11th number coming either in the 8th house or the 9th house, and Saturn is sitting in the 10th house. So whenever the dasha of Saturn runs, it will go ahead and it will activate 7, 8 and 10. And all the other houses where Saturn plays as the nakshatra lord, the sub-lord, so it could be the 12th house, it could be the first house also, that's your lagna. It could be the second house, third house, any of the houses. Now the result of Saturn would be 7, 8, 10 or else 8, 9, 10 depending upon the lagna. This is what you can see in the charts. I'm showing you both charts in which as per the lagna you would understand. I'll not tell you the lagna because I guess you are the one who needs to see what's the lagna when you'll be having 10 in the 7th house, 11 in the 8th house, and 10 in the 8th house, and 11 in the 9th house. Now, when this specific dasha will run, it all depends upon the houses which Saturn is activating. This is what you will be getting from Saturn. Good houses, bad houses, mixed results, good houses, good results, only bad houses, bad results. Okay. Now, when would you see a very prominent, effect of Saturn? It is either when Saturn is transiting in any of these houses in the dasha. Saturn is aspecting any of these houses in the dasha, or else Saturn itself is placed in these specific houses. Like the 10th house, if you say if Saturn is transiting in the sign of Capricorn, which was the previous transit, or else say if Saturn is transiting right now in the sign of Aquarius, which is the ongoing transit, you will see the maximum results for this specific house wherever the 11 number sign will fall. So say if you have the 11 number sign falling in the 8th house or else the 12th house, any of the Dushtana houses, you will avoid wearing the gemstone for Saturn. Say if Saturn is going ahead and activating any malefic houses on your chart, it's very important to know which houses Saturn is activating on your chart. I have so many people calling me up in the past 3 to 5 days. It's like they've been asking for the blue sapphire. When I see that it's they're doing a normal, a regular job, most of them are government officials who are doing government jobs. Some local person has advised them to wear satin, and it is a blue sapphire, which is a Ceylon blue sapphire, and it should be worn on emergency basis. It's very urgent that the person should wear this, or else something really bad would happen within the next few days. Just because considering they know the fact that there's a conjunction which is happening of Venus and Mars, and yesterday we had Moon also along with it, wherein Mars is in debilitation, so scaring a person for no reason. Now suggesting a Ceylon sapphire or else a Bangkok sapphire, that doesn't matter how much money you make by just suggesting something. What matters is at the end of the day, the person is going to get results of it or not. Now, talking about the activation of houses, say if a person has a Saturn on his chart, giving a combination of 1 and 12, why would you ask that person to go ahead and wear a blue sapphire? It could be Jupiter is giving, a 3, 6, 11, or else Jupiter is giving a 2, 9, 11. So a Jupiter would be a yellow sapphire, which is a stone for Jupiter, which would be much more beneficial then going ahead and telling that person to wear a blue sapphire. Apart from which, the person is also asked to wear a Ceylon blue sapphire so that, you know, they can get wonderful results. So, what wonderful results would you get if a Saturn is giving 1 and 12 combination on the chart? It's very simple to know which planet is giving you what. I've already explained that when you go on the AstroSage app, what you need to do is you just need to put in your details. Once you have the app open, you put in your details, after which you can go ahead and go towards the left-hand side corner. There's a drop down. You just click on that. You get home, you'll get basic, you'll get different kinds of charts. You'll get the Shodas Varga, you will get the Dashas, you will get all details, Lal Kitab, Varshfal. You need to click on KP. Once you click on KP, you'll get the Krishnamurti Paddhati charts coming up. And top on the hyperlink, you can see different options. Just scroll down and click on cusp. After clicking on cusp, you can see a planetary alignment, as in which planet is sitting in which nakshatra, which is a sublord. You get to see all that. And if you really don't understand, for me, it is extremely important to explain you how to understand your own chart, because there's so much of technical stuff happening online, which is more of for a teaching purpose, wherein the layman does not understand what exactly is happening. So once you're on the KP chart, you will know what is the dignity of your planets. You directly need to click on house signification or get into planetary signification after that. When you click on planetary signification, you'll get a drop down starting from Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury. You'll get all the planets out there. After which you can see which are the houses activated. Very simple. If any of the planets are activating, say for example, the first house, the 8th house, the 12th house is a combination, the second house, the 8th house, the 12th house, the 4th house, the 8th house, the 12th house in a row, or else with other numbers also. Avoid wearing those gemstones, provided you are working in your hometown, your birth country. If you're working internationally or else in any kind of business in which you get the international aspect coming up, then is when you can wear it, because the 12th house indicates your international kind of activities happening, whether it's import and export, whether it is working abroad, traveling abroad. However, if you're a person just working in India, working in wherever you're born, the place where you're born, your country, avoid wearing gemstones which are giving you the 12. So very simple, you put in all your details of any of the apps, you get into KP, from KP you go into house significations through the hyperlink or the drop down. Once you go over there, you can see wherever 12 is active. 12 can be active. You can have 11 also active with it. When is 11 activated? Like for example, you may get house significations as 1 to 5, 7, 11, 12. Okay, you can wear the gemstones. So there will be gain, there will be losses as well. But if you have a planet only giving you bad houses, then do not wear that gemstone. Now, the bad houses means difficult. None of the houses are bad. Every house requires some kind of an attention and some kind of a work related to that specific house. Say, for example, you have any planets. Let's take Mercury. Say, if Mercury is giving you to 5 and 11, yes, you can go ahead and wear a Mercury. Say, if Jupiter is activating houses such as 4, 8, 12, do not wear Jupiter. No matter who tells you to wear Jupiter, do not wear Jupiter, as in a blue sapphire. Coming back to yellow set, coming back to the blue sapphire, whenever you have any of the planets giving a bad house activation during your dasha, or else during your entire lifespan when you're checking your planets, what the dasha is going to give you. Sometimes what specifically happens, the dasha is good, the dasha is running good, but suddenly there's a planet coming in. Maybe my Mars is good, but suddenly you see Saturn came in, or else you could even say Jupiter came in, and by default Jupiter is activating some bad house, a difficult house, maybe a 12th house or else an 8th house. Then is when some you go to somebody and they will suggest you wear a yellow sapphire or Jupiter. You go and wear it. So situations turn worse. Why? Because your Jupiter already is giving a problem. So instead of activating that on your body, you can might as well donate that. Talking about blue sapphire, we've been very specific about the fact that you would need it only when your Saturn is in dignity. Your Saturn is activating the 11th house. Say, for example, your Libra and your Saturn sitting in the 11th house. So that's a lot of the 4th house, 5th house, and the 11th house. Yes, you can go ahead and wear it. Now, say, for example, you are a Gemini and your Saturn is sitting in your 12th house. So your Saturn is giving you a combination of the 8th house, the 9th house, and 12th house. Until and unless you're working abroad, you are not going to wear satin, because as you wear it, you will have major issues in terms of jobs, in terms of your travel, in terms of interstate travel, in terms of your luck factor, in terms of your religious beliefs. So there is everything mentioned on your chart. It doesn't matter whether you wear a Ceylon, you wear a Bangkok. It's very simple. If you're wearing a Bangkok, I tell people, okay, the ones which are, there are some of the stones, like the African ones, they have cracks in it, so it's glass filled. So those are the African ones. Then we've got the Ceylon, which is the highest mode, even the Kashmiri, equally good. And then we've got Banki, it could be natural, it could be heated, it could be treated. So it all depends upon you. If somebody has suggested you to wear something like, you say you're 80 kilos, somebody said wear 8 to 9 carats, and you have a budget of say 30,000. So that means somewhere around 3.5 to 4,000 rupees per carat is what you're going to buy. Might as well you go ahead and wear a better quality instead of taking a Bangkok, or else taking an African, not an Indian, because you get too dense. When you're taking an Indian, it will be much more dense. So if you're taking an African, whether you're taking a Banki, the range would be lower, but you get a bigger stone. The results would be 25 to 30%. But say if you're going ahead and you're taking a Ceylon, just take a 3 carats, 3.5, 4 carats. That should be more than enough. Because you see, you need to understand the energy of the mind from where this gemstone is obtained. People do not understand the technicality behind the gemstone. A gemstone is just not something which is out of a mine and worn. It is something which holds energy. It has the energy of the mind. So please do understand, check your Saturn positioning. In the next video, I'm going to cover Ashtak Varga so that you can understand if your planet is even placed in a good house and you are not getting good results in its dasha, antar dasha, what could be the reason and how could you go ahead and enhance it with a gemstone. Stay tuned and do keep watching and liking the videos. God bless you.